Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. If you can't tell, today we are going to be talking about goals. I'm going to go over my November goal progress as well as what I have planned for December. Now, typically when I do these videos, I sit down and talk through all of it with you. However, you will notice that I have nothing planned out for December yet, and I just have not had a chance to sit down and do my December goal planning. So we're going to do it together today. That is going to be the plan, at least. I'm not entirely sure what I have on tap for December. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I need to get done between Christmas and getting my planner set up before January 1st, actual goal planning for 2023, some business stuff. There's a lot. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we'll see how this goes. I am first going to go through how November went. It is November 29th right now when I'm filming this video. So I technically have today and tomorrow. I gave myself a little bit of credit on the Christmas planning. I have not done a whole lot. I would like to say that I'll have all of my Christmas planning done by the end of tomorrow. That's probably not likely. I have this little notebook here. This is from Simplified. It's just one of their little lined notebooks that I got when their academic planners, I think, went on sale maybe in April, May, around that time. And I have been using actually an Erin Condren 7x9 quill notebook for Christmas and holiday planning since 2015. But that notebook is pretty much used up and I needed to move into something new. I thought I would try this little notebook. I started it for Thanksgiving. It's too small, but I'm going to continue using it for Christmas and just have it for 2022. And then next year I will move into something different. So I did give myself some progress here, even though I have not really done all of the things that I had planned to plan within Christmas planning. So anyways, I have a little bit done, not as much as I would like. Thanksgiving planning, well, Thanksgiving has come and gone and I did get everything done that I needed to. The next thing on my monthly action items was Goal Planner 2023 and brainstorming. I think that you may have been able to figure this out by a lot of my videos, a lot of my goal videos lately. I am not going to use a goal planner for 2023. I'm moving back into a notebook, which is what I used to do for goal planning. I have been goal planning since high school. I love goal planning. I always use the last week between Christmas and New Year's. That's when I have typically done all of my goal planning for the next year. Some of that has moved up since I started using Power Sheets in 2015. But for the most part, I know what I need to reflect on. I know the questions that I want to answer. I will take you through all of that as I set up my goal planner notebook for 2023, but I did a lot of brainstorming. I reviewed a couple of other goal planners besides the Power Sheets. I looked at different options available and I realized that I don't need a goal planner because I have a system that I really like, and I actually like setting up all of this stuff, which I started doing several months ago. So I gave myself full credit for that. The next few things are homeschool goal related, and the first is finish first semester, which we did. The kids are halfway through all of their stuff. First semester check-in with the kids, I did do that. We sat down as a group and we had a nice long discussion about how things are going, things that they like, things that they want to change, and that brings us to homeschool adjustments. We have made a lot of adjustments, a lot of changes that we are going to be implementing as we move into the second semester. I will go through those later, but right now is not the time. This would be a very long video if I did that. The next thing on my list was to batch content for video content as well as blog content and some other things that I was sharing. I did that. The next thing on my list was to come up with some Vlogmas ideas. I want to do Vlogmas. I think I'm going to attempt to do Vlogmas. It's not going to be traditional Vlogmas. Traditional Vlogmas is a daily vlog every day up until Christmas. Well, that's not realistic for me, and I also have a bunch of other content that I hope to share in the month of December. So it's going to be kind of a back and forth between planning and goal setting and homeschool planning for 2023, as well as some vlogs. So we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the first video and I will explain more about my plans for Vlogmas. The next thing on my list was budget, which I did. Then working on my content calendar for December, which I did as well. And then my December homeschool plans, I finished that, and I actually have a video that I posted yesterday if you are interested in what we are doing during our big homeschool break. We take a big homeschool break from Thanksgiving to New Year's, but I still have about 3 weeks of time where I try to do fun projects and activities with the kids, and so I shared that stuff yesterday. All those links are in the description box if you're interested. Now, for my weekly action items, I had budget. I have been trying to check in weekly with my budget, and actually I tend to check everything almost daily, especially this time of year when you're buying a lot of things online or shopping a lot of places for Christmas gifts. And it makes a lot of sense to keep a handle on A, what you're spending, and B, to make sure there are not fraudulent charges on your account. So I just recommend everybody check in regularly with their budget, especially during the holiday months. The next thing was Christmas lists and presents, and I did check it off 3 times. Even though I don't have everything written down in here, I have been compiling idea lists. I use the Notes app on my phone to write down ideas as they come to me, and then I transfer everything into this book so it's all in one spot instead of some sticky notes and the Notes app and a list in a notebook or writing something down in my planner. I have some ideas. They are not fully formed, but I did give myself credit because I worked on it. And that's kind of what I was hoping for. Not as much as I had wanted, but I did work on it. The next thing on my weekly action items was my newsletter to my email community, and I sent that out every week. And then the last thing was content, and I did do that weekly as well. Then for my daily habits, I had read, which I have done every day up until the 29th. Again, today's the 29th, but I don't foresee that changing. I put read on my daily habit tracker starting in 2020, and I have made it a priority to read every day. There is no time limit for this. As long as I read something, I give myself credit. Last year, it was reading fiction every day. This year, I've loosened it up, and if I read to the kids, or if I read fiction, or if I read nonfiction, I give myself credit. The next thing is health check-in, and that is just keeping track of a bunch of health symptoms that I have wanted to track, and food and how I'm feeling based on the foods that I eat, based on the weather, all of those things. I have been doing that most days. There have been a few days that I have not done that, but for the most part, I have. The next thing was my main homeschool network check-in, which I have done every day except for Thanksgiving. Although I think that I actually did check in on Thanksgiving early in the morning. I think I was up at like 4:30. I didn't need to be up at 4:30, but I was, whatever. And then oil pulling, which I do. If you don't know what oil pulling is, it's swishing with coconut oil for like 15 to 20 minutes. First thing in the morning. It helps my teeth not be sensitive. I don't know. I don't know if it's more of like I think that it does that, or if it actually does that, but I really, my teeth feel better when I do it. It's a hard habit to do because sometimes I don't want to do that first thing in the morning. It's not enjoyable, really, but I'm getting into a much better rhythm of getting it done, and my teeth feel better, so that's important. And then watching, I write down some movies or TV shows that are coming out, and then my weekly focus, I completed all of these. The home reset, I did not go as in-depth as I would have liked, but we did get things much more cleaned up. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. Finishing up homeschool, we did family and fun. That was the week of Thanksgiving, and then Christmas planning, which I've started to do. It kind of extends into the first week of December. Christmas planning, there's still so much Christmas planning. I've still got tons of stuff to do. Okay, so now I am going to set up December, and then I will talk you through what I end up deciding to do. Okay, I knew that my monthly action items were going to be long for December, which is why I ended up making adjusting where I put monthly action items, weekly action items. So the first thing I have is 2023 goals and reflections. I need to set up my goals notebook for 2023, which I have not done yet. I need to set up my reading journal. I need to set up my 2023 budget and talk about financial goals with my husband. I need to write down my 2023 planning days and any personal days that I want on my calendar to make sure that I have those days already on the calendar so I don't need to worry about scheduling other things on those days. I need to work on the Christmas homeschool stuff. Which will just be for a few weeks in December, depending on how everybody feels, depending on what everybody else is working on. If the kids are deep into their own projects, they like to make presents for one another, they like to do a lot of art projects, and they work on a Christmas play that they write and make sets for and do songs, etc., then maybe we won't do as much of my Christmas homeschool plans. But I want to have those things at the ready. I need to punch and bind them with my coil binding machine and then do them if we so choose. The next thing is homeschool adjustments and an implementation plan. I didn't write out implementation, I just wrote implement plan. We have a lot of adjustments for the second semester, and I just need to kind of map out how that is going to be. Curriculum we're using, our rhythm, our daily schedule, the activities outside of the house. I need to sit down and really figure that stuff out because it has changed. It changed from when I originally planned in the summer, and it has changed again this fall. So I need to just sit down and make sure that I have everything under control for when we start back up in January again. But this will probably be something that I do at the very end of the year, right before New Year's. Then I have, for business related things, Vlogmas, and set up my 2023 business planner. I have a lot of ideas for Vlogmas. I don't know how far I will get. We shall see. It's fun to participate, and my kids really enjoy looking back at the videos. We've never fully completed Vlogmas. It's still fun to have some of those memories put into a video form so the kids can watch them. Set up my business planner, end of year financial info for taxes. I like to try and have most of my financial stuff ready for taxes right at the end of the year. I know I don't get a lot of that stuff until January, February. I try to have as much done on my end as possible before the end of the year so I don't have to think about it in the first quarter of 2023. Family fun. This is just a reminder for me to do something fun with the kids. I have a lot of stuff planned, but it can be very easy for me to get sucked into all of the busyness of the holiday season and all of the things that I feel like have to get done. So just a little reminder. Then my planning day, which I already have on the schedule for 12/29, Christmas presents and wrap. I would love to have this done. I should have put a date here. I would love to have this done in the first half of December, but inevitably it ends up being right before Christmas where we finish everything. Although last year I was much better at it. We'll see how this year goes. It's really hard as the kids get older. They don't need anything, and there aren't a whole lot of wants for them. They kind of have everything that they want and need, so I'm not sure yet. And then baking, so Christmas baking, the things that I traditionally do, and then also some of our Christmas around the world recipes. I'm kind of splitting that into two right here. Then for my weekly action items, budget, Christmas planning. I obviously won't do it the last couple of weeks because it will be Christmas. Goal prep. If I can work on a little bit of goal prep each week, maybe I will feel ready for 2023. Usually when I do my goal setting, I almost always take the last week of December to do reflection, and then I start setting my goals the first week in January. I went back and looked at my website, and because I've been sharing my goals on there since 2011, and I almost always set my goals the second week in January. I think it's like we're so busy from Lucy's birthday in October right through the end of the year that I don't have any clear vision for 2023 until after I have decompressed from the holidays, which ends up being, the middle of January anyways. But my hope is that I can get a little bit done each week. I have so many things that I want to set up, so it will be easier if I do those weekly kind of check in a little bit instead of trying to do it all in one fell swoop. Again, family fun, just a reminder to do something fun every week, and then content, which I need to just kind of stay on top of. I would like to get a little ahead just because around Christmas I won't be online at all because I'll be with my family. So it'd be nice to be a little bit ahead so I don't have to think about that. And then for my daily habits, I just have 3, and they are things that I have been pretty good at doing recently. Read, yes, I read every day anyways. Oil pulling, this one's a little bit more challenging. I'm not always good at doing that every morning, but I am trying to be better about this habit, and then checking in with my main homeschool network. As far as watching, I have not gone through to see what new movies or TV shows are coming out in December. I'm not really concerned too much about writing anything down. I will do a brief look just to see if there's anything coming out that I wanted to see, but we pretty much just watch Hallmark Christmas movies during the month of December, and so that is probably what we will do. And then we have like a handful of holiday favorites, like Home Alone and Elf and Christmas Story and Polar Express, all of those types of things. I'm not writing my to buy section because my to buy section is going to be in here. There's nothing home related that I really need to get in December. It's all just Christmas stuff, so that will live in here. And then my weekly focuses, Christmas planning is going to be this week, baking hopefully next week, and then family and traditions right around, the week before Christmas, right through Christmas. And then the last week of the month will be 2023 goal planning if I haven't finished stuff ahead of time. Ideally, I will be done, and so I can just take that week and just relax. We'll see. I really love goal planning, so it is actually relaxing to me to do that. So these are all of my goals for December. It's a busy month because of Christmas and because I am thinking ahead to 2023. And I'm not a person who will just sit down in half a day and get everything laid out for 2023. I know that some people are able to do that. That has never been my thing. I like to do slow and steady, and I really love a ton of reflection. I go back and go through every month, the highs and the lows, what worked, what didn't, the changes that I want to make, all of that kind of stuff, trying to figure out my focuses for 2023, and then starting to filter everything through my word of the year, which I think I am settled on. I always choose a word of the year first, and then I kind of work through my goals based on that feeling of how I want to have the next year be. So yes, this is the last month of 2022. It has been a challenging goals year, but I am excited about what is to come, and I am actually really excited about a lot of this stuff. I'm super excited about setting up my reading journal and my goals notebook for 2023. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and like I said, I really love doing the reflections and stuff. It's going to be a great month. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.